Hey ladies and gents, so I picked up a couple of Bibles this week and I want to review them for you. There's a lot of really super good premium Bible reviews out there, and premium Bibles are great. I have a couple of them on my page here that you can refer to, but not everybody can afford a premium Bible, and not everybody's always looking for a premium Bible. It's good to know what else is out there that's not that expensive. So this is a New American Standard Bible. Ultrathin reference. Okay. It looks like it's about $30 online. It's burgundy and it's bonded leather. So bonded leather is, my understanding of bonded leather is it's not all real leather. It's a mixture of real leather scraps and fake leather scraps, kind of all mixed in together. And so it's not going to be quite as soft and supple as real genuine leather, and it might not stand up as well if you don't treat it right. But you still get a really great product out of it. So it comes in this Bible comes in a pretty nice case, considering it looks like it's only about $30 online. I like these boxes that give you what the type looks like inside them, so you don't have to cut the box open, and of course just a little bit about what's in the Bible. You do get a family record pages, and we're going to take a look at it in just a minute, and a ribbon and whatnot. It is Smith sewn, so that's good. It could be recovered if you needed to. So let's get rid of the box. I bought this technically used. Officially, it was used, and so I got it for only $10. It was in the plastic, but I opened it up and take a look at it. So this is not by any stretch of the imagination a lay flat Bible. This is going to need some working in. So if you are purchasing a Bible and you're looking for something that's going to lay flat, this is not going to do that. But the outside is nice. Again, not quite as soft as genuine leather. But here it just tells us Holy Bible, New American Standard Bible, updated edition. This is red letter with some references, and the NASB Foundation publications. The New American Standard Bible is known as the most literal translation. Of course, that's not in the Greek or the Hebrew, but the New American Standard Bible and the people that have worked on the translation for that have worked extremely hard at keeping things as literal as they can be. That being said, there are words that just don't translate, so they have to work that out. Other than that, all the words are translated word for word. And sometimes what's interesting is the box says, the most literable, now more readable. Because as you know, if you speak other languages, if you try to translate other languages directly into English, it doesn't work very well. I don't speak any other languages, but my family speaks sign language because my sister-in-law is deaf. And if you translated word for word what they're signing, you probably wouldn't even understand the sentence very well. So you kind of have to do some work. The same thing works for Hebrew and Greek because of all the connecting words that either are missing or they use different words in slang. So we got a paste down liner. The inside's actually really pretty. I like the outside. It's a really deep red. So you can see it, especially in some lights there. But it's real deep. And art gilding on the side is pretty. You don't always get art gilding. And bonded leather. There's the little number for you, and we can take a look at that. So anyway, like I was saying, it's the most literal translation. They've done the best that they can to keep it that way. So it might be a little bit harder to read at times, but apparently in some of these updated texts, they've worked to fix that problem. All right, so let's take a look at the actual size. You're looking at, here we go with the 3/4, 5 3/4. By 9 3/4 by 1 inch. So it really isn't that big. Here's my hand, adult male. This would be a very easy to carry around on a day-to-day basis, and do what you need to do and have it with you. You could stick it in a backpack or a purse. It's a little bit big for a pocket. So let's take a look at what you get. Presentation pages really are pretty nice. And there are some, not every Bible has these, but marriages and deaths and family tree. This is actually a really cool family tree section. A little different than some of the other Bibles that I've seen, and I really like that. It's raining, so you'll have to, if you can hear it in the background, you'll have to forgive me for that, births and deaths. So the paper is real super thin. Okay, and a lot of times in these Bibles that are less expensive, the paper quality is not going to be as high as in a Bible that you spend more on for obvious reasons. So you just need to know that. If you're buying it for a kid or something, there's possibly a better chance that you tear a page. All right, so we get to the Lockman Foundation. And the title page, these are the people that are responsible for, I guess my understanding is the Lockman Foundation is responsible for like the trademark of the New American Standard. And they're the ones who like put the Bible out. Like ESV is Crossway, the Lockman Foundation is NASB. This is 1998. And does it say where it's printed? Published by Foundation Publications in Anaheim. That's cool. Printed in China. So as all good Bible translations do, or at least as they should, not all do them as well as others, they give you a little bit of information on the translation. And that type of stuff is important to me because I want to read it. I want to know, if possible, this one's a smaller Bible, so they don't have as copious of notes, but it gives you a little bit of information on how it was translated and all the features that you're going to get in your Bible. Explanation of the general format, quotations, capital stars, what abbreviations you might see. And then you get right into the Bible. There's not a whole lot of bells and whistles with a Bible like this. It's hard to tell what the font is. It looks like it's, if I had to guess based on the other Bibles that I've seen, it looks like it's about an 8-point font. And it really is, I don't mind it. It's nice. The layout, I'm not as thrilled about because it gets a little crowded, the paragraph form for me, when it's just straight up text. Like you can see on this page, there's not a whole lot of breaks in between the sentences, so this is probably not a Bible I would choose to buy for my daily reading because I just am not super thrilled about the way that it's laid out. You get all your references down the middle. Okay. And there's not a ton of room to write. So this is my finger here. But you could make some notes. And I will say that the font is big enough that highlighting and underlining shouldn't be too much of a problem. It's always hard to tell that on a video. But it's easy to read. On my smaller Bible, like my Pitt Minion, the font is really small, so it's important to know going into it. This I think that any average any average sighted person shouldn't have a problem. You are going to get a little bit of ghosting. Again, this is always super hard to show in a video, especially with the lighting. But this is not by any stretch of the imagination line matched, and especially in some of these sections that are. Let's flip open to a poetry section. See the poetry, you can probably see it pretty well. You can see all the ghosting in the background. So if that bothers you, something to know. You're always going to get your little footnotes. They do theirs on the bottom right also. They do not, if you know me and you've seen any of my Bible reviews, they do not start new, this one happens to be, but not every new book is started on a new page. For me, it's just a small little thing that I don't really care about, but I like it when they start, when every book has its start on a new page. A lot of these pages are real stuck together too, so you're going to have to work at breaking your Bible in, which means you're going to have to read it through a couple times, which is good. See, look, I'm struggling to get to. Maybe for some reason I'm not supposed to see the beginning of Hosea. So that should show you what the page quality is. See, look, they start Hosea in the middle. Just the fact that I had that much trouble getting the pages apart. Doesn't mean it's a bad Bible. It just means you're going to have to read it through to get it nice and loosened up and to get all the pages separated so they're not stuck together. All right, so let's flip to the back. There's not a whole lot of blank pages in between. Like you saw, the next book just starts. Sometimes you get a little teeny bit of space, but this happens to be the end of the Bible. It gives you abbreviations and a small concordance. These concordances, yeah, they're handy to have on the go, but they're by no stretch of the imagination an in-depth study tool. They're in my opinion more for just for while you're reading if you want to look up a word. This is something interesting that I saw. This page was folded over when I first got it, and here's the reason why. For some reason, now I don't know if this is purposeful or not, the page wasn't cut properly. Isn't that interesting? If it was a $200 Bible, I'd be frustrated with that. But this is a $30 Bible, no big deal. And you get 6 or 8 maps. The maps are actually, I really like them. The maps are nice. Color's good. I can read them well. And the Ministry of Jesus. This is a cool one. All right, so that's it. This is really a pretty simple Bible, but I wanted you guys to see it. I wanted you to have the opportunity to see what's out there that's not premium and that doesn't cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars. If you wanted to give somebody a Bible and they're brand new and you don't want to buy them a study Bible, something like this would be great because it's only $30 and it might be a good entry-level Bible. You can mark it all up and then move on to your next one. So this is, again, the New American Standard Bible, ultra-thin reference in burgundy bonded leather.